Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're talking about consistency. How does one become consistent? I feel like it's one of the most difficult things out there. People say it's hard to start. I feel like for me starting is the easiest thing, and then being consistent, I feel like I sort of have a habit of starting things and then sort of leaving things in the middle. So yeah, how does one become consistent? There's a quote that I put up in the introduction of the video, which is every single task in life is life at miniature level. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that every single thing you do, whether you're boiling water in a kettle, whether you're exercising, each and every single task you do is life, and it's teaching you life habits. Yeah. So let's say, for example, you are boiling water in a kettle and you become impatient. That is teaching you something about you and the traits that you have. And let's say you go to gym, and when you go to gym, when you feel pain, you just sort of give up, right? That is also teaching you something about the habits that you have. And yeah, it's teaching you about life. So be mindful. Be mindful about the things you do. Each and every single task is godly. I think we just overlook small things. We overlook them and we sort of look at big things, thinking that the small things do not matter. As a matter of fact, they matter. If ever we took the life lessons when they were shown to us and the small stages, and at miniature level, then life wouldn't have to show us at a bigger scale. We just focus on things that other people can see, and we don't focus on things that other people do not see. So each and every single task you do, try and find an opportunity to find a lesson. To find a lesson. Each and every single thing that you do, whether you're writing a book, each and every single opportunity. I sit back and I see lessons in each and everything. Each and everything, guys. So yeah, I feel like don't overlook the small things. Look at the small things as well. Now, I feel like life is like small tasks are a metaphor to life. For example, going to gym. So how does one become consistent in things like going to gym and life in general, starting something and seeing things through? I feel like the first step is don't have preconceived ideas. Don't have preconceived ideas of whatever it is that you want to do. Just go in there with an open mind, because I feel like sometimes go into things with this high expectations, and when we get there, it's not what expected, and when it's not what you expected, you just don't want to do it anymore because it's not what you expected. So the first things first, please don't have preconceived ideas. Go do something because you really, 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 really want to do it. Not because you think it looks cool, because you think there's money. Please no, don't have preconceived ideas, because that is going to derail you and you won't be consistent. Don't have preconceived ideas about things. Just keep an open mind and go in with the love of doing it. Number 2, scale yourself. Media has become such a tool. It's both beneficial and sometimes detrimental to us, because we see things, we see other people, we see pictures on Instagram, and I always make examples about Instagram because it is real life. It's real life examples. I don't want to talk about things that are further away. I want to talk about things that we encounter and things that are in our daily lives. So on Instagram, we see these Instagram models, like their bodies on flick, and she does like 13, 15 push-ups. And we think that when you start, you're going to start and you're going to be able to do those 15 push-ups. And it's not like that. I find that if you compare yourself to someone who's been doing something for years, you're going to derail yourself and your progress, because that person has been doing that for years. It takes practice, and you've just started. So be gentle on yourself, scale yourself, Don't just go, jump head in, not a couple years ago, last year I started exercising because, yeah, I want to have a firm body, but when I started exercising, I exercised, did lots of push-ups, did them. After a month, guys, like my body, I don't know what happened to my body. After a month, when I went to gym, I couldn't do it anymore. I just stood there and yeah, my body couldn't take it anymore. And then I realized that I have been overloading my body. I've been overloading my body. And do you know that example of a frog? When you put a frog in cold water, it will stay there. But if you take a frog and put it in hot water, it will jump. So that's, and you introduce the frog to the warm water by putting small bits of warm water and increasing the temperature slowly over time. You don't just rush increase the temperature. No, you increase the temperature slowly with time. Similarly with life, when you're doing something, you get used to it. Get used to it. Like, don't just start high. Don't just start on a high. Because it's going to be so hard to maintain the high that you started with. So start with small steps. Let's say, for example, you want to gym. Start, even if it's just a walk a day. Just start small. Because I feel like when you start small, it's easier to be consistent. It's easier if you're like, okay, today I just want to start walking, and then you know that your body is used to walking. So when it's time to walk, your body knows that it's time to walk. When you're used to the walking, then introduce something new. Let's say sit-ups for a day. And then when you're used to walking and sit-ups a day, then introduce something new. Don't just start hitting. Then yeah, it's difficult to be consistent. And then thirdly, know your why. What is your why? Exactly. What are you doing something? Why? Not what. Why are you doing something? Why? I find that external whys, don't do it. Don't cut it. Don't keep you consistent, No, they don't. But internal whys, they keep you consistent. So what is a why? A why is why you do something. I think it explains itself. And I feel like we should incorporate whys into our daily tasks, like small things. When you wake up in the morning, why do you wake up in the morning? When you have coffee, why am I having coffee, If you do things, I find that if you do tasks for the sake of just doing them, then you're not going to do your best because you're doing it for the sake of doing them. If you're in university for the sake of being in university, you're not going to do your best because you don't know why you're there. You're there because your why is external. Your why is that you want to please your parents. Your why is that you want to make money. So your why is not internal. So external whys are whys that are not inside, that are not internal. So internal whys are, let's say, for example, you want to go to gym. You want to gym because you really, really want to feel great about yourself. That's an internal why. It's something that you want deep inside. It's something that makes you happy. That's an internal why. An external why is something that is not inside your body. Something like wanting to please your parents, wanting money. Money is outside your body, so money is an external why. Even though money makes you happy, if that's what people say, even if it gives you a sort of comfort, and yeah, it gives you an emotion, but the money itself is external. So money is an external why. So when you're doing something, have an internal why for why you're doing that thing, and don't just do that thing for the sake of doing it, or have an external why, pleasing your parents, wanting money, or pleasing the society. You will not be consistent. Even if you're consistent, then you won't be happy. Then what's the point of consistency if you're not happy? Like, no. Have an internal why. Even if you have an external why, but make sure that your external why is lesser than your internal why. Your internal why is going to be bigger, And then don't compare yourselves. Like I said this before, don't compare yourselves. Just own pace, own race, own lane. And I find that I get that it's not easy. It's easier said than done. But what in life is easy? Nothing is. Nothing is. And I feel like rather suffer now so that you can live a better life in the future. Suffer now, and then live a life in the future. So these are my tips for consistency, and I really, really hope that they're going to help you and you're going to implement them in your lives.